Unfortunately, we are not able to connect on video with Professor Ben Sihanya. Now, Professor is the chairperson of the Orange Democratic Party disciplinary panel. And good to hear from you this evening, Prof. I know you're away, you're out of the country, but even in your absence, there are a lot of things that are happening in the country, especially on ODM party. So this decision, the decision to expel the party members, when was it reached before it was announced today? I think the phone dropped. We will try and get Professor back. He's out of the country. And today the Orange Democratic Movement decided to expel the members of parliament known as Renegade, the rebel members of parliament, including Kisumu Senator Professor Tom Ojienda, Felix Oduor, aka Jalango. We have Ugenya member of parliament also being expelled from that party, plus two more. And not just that, we also had Esther Passaris, the women representative for the great county of Nairobi, being asked to pay a fine of 250,000 shillings, a $250,000, for her support of the finance bill. She's one of the members of Azimio who are actually still in Azimio that supported the finance bill 2023 in parliament together with the Kenya Kwanza side. Apart from her, we had other members of the Azimio who were asked to pay fines of up to 1 million shillings and apologize for supporting or promoting the activities of Kenya Kwanza and President William Ruto's government, including Mark Nyamita, who is a member of parliament for Uriri constituency. Now, these members of parliament, some of them came before the disciplinary panel that were chaired by Professor Ben Sihanya, who is an advocate of the High Court. And of course, some of them opted not to appear, but eventually this decision was made. As we try to connect to Professor Ben, let's take a look at the story we filed on earlier tonight on the expulsion of these members of ODM. And in fact, one of them, Professor Tom Ojienda, says that his party has expelled him for supporting President William Ruto. He has no apologies and will continue supporting the president. Let's take a look at the story.
After a series of meetings, including the disciplinary committee over the conduct of a section of ODM legislators accused of associating themselves with the Kenya Kwanza administration, the party's National Executive Committee, which is the highest organ in hierarchy and chaired by party leader Raila Odinga, finally had a resolution.
And the party is hereby directed to commence the process of removing them from the register of the party.
The 5 legislators who were expelled from the party include Game MP Elisha Odhiambo, Langata MP Felix Oduor, popularly known as Jalango, Bondo MP Gideon Ochanda, Suba South MP Karoli Omondi, and Kisumu Senator Tom Ojienda. The next step is for the party to write to the Register of Political Parties informing her of the resolution.
Be deemed to have resigned from the party, that is ODM.
The 5 legislators who also snubbed invites by the party's disciplinary committee were accused of dining with the enemy, that is the Kenya Kwanza administration, and even invited to State House on several occasions a few months after President William Ruto was declared as the president. According to the party, they did so against the wishes and aspirations of the party and party leader Raila Odinga, who still disputes William Ruto's presidential win.
No apology about it. I went there for development. You don't apologize when you've gone and you've been called.
But if you want to go and talk about issues that affect the party, then you must be given permission by the party before you go to see the president. What you see, these people must be seen for what they are. Traitors.
It was a sigh of relief for Nairobi women rep Esther Passaris, who was fined 250,000 shillings for supporting the finance bill. She's also expected to write an apology. Uriri MP Mark Nyamita and his Rongo counterpart Paul Abor, who also faced similar accusations, were on the other hand reprimanded and directed to issue a written apology to the party within 7 days. They are also expected to pay 1 million shillings fine each within 60 days. Despite the expulsion from the party, it still remains a tall order removing the legislators from their elective seats given the legal options available. Back in 2018, the then Malindi MP Aisha Jumwa, who is now Gender CS, was among the names that the party had decided to drop. The party's plan was unsuccessful over omissions of key statutory steps. Her expulsion was nullified by the political party's disputes tribunal as the disciplinary committee was not properly constituted then. The expelled members have a right to file an appeal to the party's National Governing Council contesting their expulsion from the Orange Party within the next 7 days.
Thank you.
Chris Tairu, KTN News, Nairobi.
All right, our apology. We are unable to connect with Professor Ben Sihanya, the chairperson of the ODM disciplinary panel tonight over this developing story. Now, the 5 still have an opportunity to seek recourse in court after they were expelled. Remember, they refused to attend the disciplinary committees. However, this is not the first time ODM party is attempting to expel renegade members. In fact, they tried with Aisha Jumwa, but it was impossible. The court ruled in her favor, saying that there was due process that was not followed. So they would have not ratified the decision of ODM party to expel Aisha Jumwa. So the 5, once again, Elisha Odhiambo from Gem constituency, Felix Oduor Kode, Angata constituency, Alias Jalango, Professor Tom Ojenda, Kisumu County Senator, Karoli Omondi, Suba South, and of course Gideon Ochanda, who is from Bondo. They have been expelled from ODM party. The import of this is that they have to relinquish their seats because they are no longer members of the sponsoring party to parliament. So they have to relinquish their seats, and perhaps those constituencies will go back to by-elections, but they have a chance to defend themselves. Father Mark Nyamita Uriri and Paula Borongo have, however, been fined 1 million shillings and asked to apologize for supporting the activities of another political party. And of course, Esther Parasaris, women representative, Nairobi County, has been fined 250,000 shillings for voting together with Kenya Kwanza in the Finance Bill 2023. That's all we have. We apologize once more for not being able to connect to Professor Ben Sihanya, who is in Harare, Zimbabwe. But as soon as we get an opportunity to talk about this, we'll definitely be bringing it to you. Thank you for watching. My name is Ken Mijungu. On behalf of the whole team, Marisa Witi, Aleron, I say Damian, Marisa Witi on